What's up, everybody? Greetings and salutations. We are here tonight. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. We're running a little late, but we're here. We're here. We're getting it together. Tonight we got a great show for you guys. Not a big panel tonight, but nice size panel. Real nice size panel for you guys. Real cool, intimate conversation. We're gonna be talking about Bespin Luke. We're gonna be talking about Batman and all that stuff that's came out this week. And it is going to be great. So yeah, let's roll the thing and let's get it done. What is up, everybody? Yes, yes, yes. It is us tonight. It is best of the best. And yes, I'm here with a great panel tonight. Small, but a great panel. You guys, I mean, these guys really don't even need any introduction right now. These guys are killing it in the community. But we got, first up, we got my guy, brother from another mother, Anthony Cisco Mafia. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. As always. I've just been busy. I've been so swamped these past 2 weeks, man.
Awesome, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it with all the good work with XO6 and everything going on, man. Dude, you guys are killing it.
Appreciate.
Awesome. This guy at the bottom here with the smooth ass glasses on right now doesn't need. He's a legend. He's a legend in the community, man. This guy right here, man of Hot Collectibles. Dante, how you doing, brother?
Well, I think you got my name wrong, man. My name is P-Rock.
Oh, sorry,
Yes, come on, man. Come on.
Sorry,
I'm just kidding. I want to say no. Sorry, I was just gonna do the person agreeing to my, shout out to my boy P-Rock. Good, man. Thanks. It's been a long time, man. It's been like a freaking long time, and
yeah, man.
Finally making some time. The weather was beautiful in New York today, like 80 something degrees. Then we got a bunch of raining, so a lot of rain today.
Yes.
But happy to be here, man. Happy to see everyone in the chat as well.
Awesome, man. Great to have you here as well, brother. Let's go through the chat real quick. So, yes, we got Louis Labitz. He said, "What's up, crew? What's up to you?" Loco Lou, my guy. What's up with you, man? Biggest panel in history, of course.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. Ashley Chase, he said, "Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Always good to have you here, Ashley Chase." And that's right, Ashley is a guy. Just want to let everybody know. Oh, it'll tickle your bollocks. Ah, what a great name. Hello,
it'll tickle your bollocks.
Oh, yeah.
Love that guy. Love his name. Docinator. Hey, let's go. That's up. Miles Bennett Dyson, 829. How are you doing? Yes. Good to have you here as well. 6 Scale Mafia, and of course, Man of Hot Collectibles are in here. Of course, TK592 said it takes to be more frustrated if you already paid for the figure. Y'all must be having a whole conversation that I haven't even seen. But good to have you here. Good to have you here. Awesome. We got Calvin Williams II. Good to have you here. Say good evening, everyone. Brother Cousins got me wanted to hunt and pick up the DX09 Dope Grail review. Hey, thank you, man. Thanks so much. He said, "I'll wait though." You should. a lot of grails are coming back out of the grave now, so definitely. We got JC. JC, nice to have you here. He said, "Gonna have a hot time tonight with our favorite content creators." Yeah, that's what's up. Awesome. We got Pop Culture Living Room. Absolutely. Great to have you here as well. And we got my guy, Carlito. He said, hello. What's up, Carlito? Primetime Reviews. What is up? Always good to have you here. Absolutely. To Car3, you are here as well. Thank you so much. He says, "Sup, gentlemen." Woo! We got a great show for y'all tonight. Awesome. But before we actually before we actually go into the nice topics, this guy, the Space Pimp, he has something that he wants to say. And this guy just keeps breaking into my shows. He hasn't done it in a couple of weeks, but he just had to break in tonight. So he has something he wants to say and he wants to talk about. So let's give him the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, Pimpin' Ain't Easy, episode 3.
What's up, players and playerettes? It's me again, Knockoff Lando, aka the Space Pimp. And as you can see, I got my mojo back, baby. Yes, it is good to be back in my official Baron of Cloud City attire. Pimp cape and all. Here's a fun fact for all of you that didn't know. I originally lost these wonderful garments to Han Solo during a card game, and that's why I was wearing his clothes at the end of Return of the Jedi. So anyway, we're here today to talk about this brand new Bespin Luke figure by Hot Toys. Chewbacca, calm down. That's right, y'all. He's still very upset about Black Santa not being released. At this point, I guess it's just a lost cause. Personally, I'm very happy for all the new collectors out there that will have the opportunity to own this iconic version of my dear friend and possible brother-in-law, Luke Skywalker. Okay, so that is all for today. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Jay, take it away.
That guy.
Great.
Oh, wow. Possible brother-in-law. Okay. Oh, wow. But yeah, so we got this guy this week. And man, I mean, we kind of all we suspected that this was going to come out, that they were going to do it. We know it had been in like the sideshow graveyard for like years. But we finally got it. I think it looks good. But it's not DX07 at all. It's its own type of release. Want to say Mafia, what do you think about it? I know you did a stream about this earlier this week, and we kind of went through all this already, but just to remind us, what is your thoughts on this piece?
Well, I mean, pretty excited, man. I'm not gonna lie. Now I don't know, man. Like, there's so many thoughts here. There's it's a little pricey, right? Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know,
was
I know
it's 345.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 10 years, but I mean, the 2-pack was like 300.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I'm glad that the opportunity's there. I think it looks better, but it's subjective, right? Some people prefer the DX07 look. I don't think the sculpt's personally aged well compared to this. I think this looks great, man. I really do. I'm definitely picking it up. I'm obviously disappointed that we're gonna have to probably wait till 2024 to get it.
Yeah,
that's a little bit of a thing, and I was kind of shocked that we get the Vader mask. I really didn't think they were gonna put that in. I figured that was just gonna be, exclusive. But I guess they kept the weather vane. So and obviously there's no battle damage. But dude, it looks good, man. I just any original trilogy stuff you throw out, man. I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely. I mean, and this head sculpt right here, I mean, how do you feel the fact that the head sculpt looks good, but I think we were talking about this on your stream, that the head sculpt actually does kind of look real. Kinda. It looks like, the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker, and they just changed the hair out. I mean, is that not exactly a deal breaker for you, or do you think they could have gave us a different head sculpt? Or
I don't know, man. I still don't see Mando Luke. So I'm either blind or I don't know. But either way, like a year and a half out, they may even alter the sculpt too. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, because remember, this was the 2019 Comic-Con that they had on display, and it didn't look like this then.
Exactly.
So, not to say that this is, definitely the final product or not, but even if it is, bro, I mean, this is pretty legit. I mean, as is, I'm cool with how it is. If they improve it, great. I kind of wish, we'd have some battle damage, but I get it, and it does look pretty clean. I mean, you'd think he just came from Dagobah. He'd be pretty filthy. But
right,
I mean, it is, that's just what it is, man. So, but I think it still looks awesome, and it's a great opportunity for people who missed out on the DX07. So I can't really complain. I mean, see, they keep doing this with Batman and Jokers. Like, it's been 10 years, so I'm not really like irritated by it, at all. So I'm stoked, man. I can't wait to get them. It's just gonna be a while.
Yeah, definitely gotta wait. El Professoro, AKA Mario, we got him in the house. He said, "What up with you, Mario?" Dante, want to go to you? Your thoughts on this wonderful piece?
This is the worst figures I ever seen in recently. No, seriously, man. I really hate. I'm just kidding, man.
Oh wow.
No, okay, so there's two ways to see this, right? You got the DX07, Jay.
Yes, sir.
So to me, if you ask me in terms of value, in terms of quantity, the DX07 should be the way to go, right? You get two figures, you get the beautiful diorama base, and decent, good looking head sculpt. Pretty much good figure overall. I had it before, so you know the drill. It's pretty good figure. Now this one here is a 2.0, so it's an enhancement. It's a DX. Obviously, tailoring is good. Yes, I agree with everyone on the chat and everyone comments. Everyone, I agree. Too clean, because again, this is just the clean version of him. So yes, people say, but it comes with a different hairpiece, which is more like when he was fighting Vader or whatever. Yes, I agree with that as well. I have a feeling, and I mentioned this yesterday, I have a feeling that we're gonna see something else coming.
Yeah.
In terms, I don't want to jump ahead, but we can talk later. But
Yeah.
but overall, this figure, I think it looks really good. The Hezbollah looks very similar to the Mando look, the one that is coming in a few months. It does look very similar, not to say that it's exactly the same. It looks very similar. You have the per system, so that's a good thing. Like the paint application on this one. Now, it comes with two bases. You only have one figure. So that's something that I'm still thinking, okay, why did they do that? Well, they should have just give us one cool base and maybe add another figure, kind of like what they did with the DX07. You have a battle damage one, right? But I think I know the reason why they're not doing it. Other than that, I think definitely it's an improvement. If you didn't have the chance to get this figure, the DX07, this is your chance, right? I like the fact that we're gonna have the helmet, the Vader Luke helmet, which looks really good. I mean, some angles look better than others. You can see an improvement in the actual outfit, the tailoring, the belt. Hopefully, we don't have an issue with the belt with the little magnet. There was a pin in the butt. Everyone suffered that.
Yes.
Hopefully the body is good as well, because with the DX07 you had some issues with the body. Not everyone, but it was a bit loose. Sometimes it was a bit stiff, so it was never. It was okay, right? Hopefully they improve on that. Curious to see the packaging. Curious to see what else they're gonna bring. But I think that this is a really good release. If you miss out on the first DX07, this is definitely a good solid option.
Absolutely. And you bring up a good point about, this one not having a battle damage. I mean, this is Bespin Luke. It's a good figure. You get that Dagobah stand with it and everything like that. But it does feel like it's missing something, not having those battle damage pieces and not having, the amputated hand and all that other type of stuff. So it kind of brings me to think like this. And I was on the stream last night. I was on Leo's stream, Say What, last night. Well, Mario, shout out to Mario. And he kind of brought this point up. And it kind of pissed me off thinking about it. But then I started to think about it earlier today. And I was like, you know what? That's exactly what they're probably going to do. And that is Bespin Luke announced, but will there be a battle damage version? Yeah. Anthony, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, But actually, I think maybe it would surprise me. I don't know. I don't know. Because it is kind of shocking though, right? Like that we're because I wasn't really expecting this to come out anyway. It's just been sitting in the graveyard forever.
Right.
So for them to bring it out, then bring out a battle damage. I mean, it's totally in the realm of possibility with Hot Toys.
Yeah.
But oh man, you got me thinking of like how they're gonna do it, right? Like, are they gonna do it? Okay, so let's say this thing comes out in January of 2024. Let's just ballparking it.
Yeah.
And now people are buying it. And then in like March, do they announce the battle damage version that doesn't come out till 2026? You see what?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they would wait a year and a half after this is in people's hands and then drop it. Kind of like how they did the Scout Trooper speeder bike from Mando. And once that was in people's hands, they're like, hey, here's Return of the Jedi now.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Or will they just announce it in like 3 to 6 months? Like, that would be preferable.
Yeah.
Since I don't pre-order anything, there's nothing lost, nothing gained. So then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'll just get the battle or get both. Who knows? I mean, I guess they could do it because they are missing stuff. There's, it's not as iconic as you would want it to be, right? I mean, the DX07 gave you the best of both worlds. So
exactly,
if they try to recapture that without doing a 2-pack, but then that's kind of a bitch, right? Because then that one comes out for $300 and something. You're spending $700, $800, on 2 figures.
Yep. Some people probably be like, hey, I might as well just go get the DX07.
Yeah.
But you are getting upgraded. You're getting updated paint applications, updated tailoring, better body. It is. But it is kind of, if they are doing that, it's kind of ugly. Dante, what is your thoughts on that?
I do think that it's a very possible that we're going to see a battle damage Bespin at one point. I don't know if you guys recall, but last year I mentioned the Bespin Luke, and I mentioned the Mando Luke. And when Mando Luke was announced, people thought that that's it, they're not gonna do it. And I kept my whatever, that's what I was told, and it happened. Bear in mind that normally when things like this happen, it doesn't happen right away. It takes a few months sometimes. It does sometimes takes longer. I think we're gonna see a battle damage version. I think that we're probably gonna see that reissue of that diorama base and maybe add extra accessories. Perhaps the battle damage suit with a severe hand. Maybe they're gonna put a very nice, Dagobah base. Maybe rocks. Maybe I don't know. Maybe R2D2. They can put R2D2 in it as well, so they can do so many things. No one is going to get tired of Luke Skywalker. I mean, the more versions you get, the better, and especially when it's a 2.0 type of thing.
Nope.
And I do agree with Cost on this one, Pop Culture Living Room, when he said that he wouldn't be surprised to see a battle damage version. I think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be that soon, though. Because they need to give this figure obviously some room for the orders. But if this figure sells well and there's a good reception when the figure is actually released, I do think there is a potential for another version of this. So don't rule it out. Definitely don't rule it out.
Yep. I totally agree. I mean, yeah, especially for that price point, because that price point, it's that is, I mean, $345. That is, I mean, you get a lot of stuff, especially in the deluxe version. But I mean, the whole thing of DX is kind of crazy to me right now because it's a DX. But if you look at the DX figures from yesteryear, you would get like 2 head sculpts. This one you're not getting 2 head sculpts. You're getting 1 head sculpt and 2 different hairstyles, 2 wigs essentially. So it's like, come on, man, you got. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
I think the DXs have been very lacking.
Yeah,
I don't even think they deserve the name DX.
I
personally.
agree. Totally agree. Yep.
This one here, or in general, you mean?
I would say in general.
I think, and again, this is just my personal opinion, and again, I can be 100% wrong, but this is my perception. I think that they want to keep the DX line alive, and anytime that they day means Hot Toys find a way to fulfill something, especially like a character like Luke Skywalker. They're gonna label it as a DX. They're gonna add something in it, like a additional, like the head sculpt, for example, for the Vader one. The base, which is an improved base. The tailoring, because you need to think about this when we're talking about DX version, no, the deluxe. Even though to me it's pretty much the same thing, but when you see the DX on the box with nice packaging with the foam, all those things, they normally do much better than the regular deluxe version, right? In terms of like per system, tailoring, paint application, health scope, even body. Maybe the body is much better, in terms of the articulation and everything. So, I do agree that it's a bit pricey for what you get if you compare it obviously with the DX07, which a lot of people think, I guess they took the message wrong. We're not saying that the X07 is way better than this in likeness or anything like that. I mean, obviously, it's two different figures in two different eras. Like back in the day, like 10 years ago, that was the best Luke Skywalker you can get. Now, obviously, technology, sculpting, painting is evolving really good now. If you get a 1/6 figure, it's pretty much as close as the human being as possible. It's
Yes.
really well done, detail, and everything. So you can compete with that. But back in the day, you used to get more stuff with your money, right? You used to get better bases, you used to get more accessories, two figures most, regularly. So I think it's a good topic to discuss. There's different points of views for sure.
Absolutely. Definitely. See, best card says that apparently BC didn't see my pick with the second head sculpt. Oh, I missed that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a great release overall. I think it looks good. We needed an updated version from the DX07. That was their first crack at a Star Wars figure. So I think with that one, they kind of gave us all the bells and the whistles because they were really trying to, put their stamp on it, saying that, hey, Hot Toys does Star Wars figures now. That's why you got all that stuff in the box. Now they're a little more time tested. Everybody is familiar with the Hot Toys brand. They're familiar with them doing Star Wars figures. So I kind of feel that they could skip a little bit on it. But like you were saying, Dante, a lot of work went into the tailoring of that outfit and into that head sculpt to get it right. Because I will say, I do think that's the best Mark Hamill head sculpt that we've had thus far. I think we can all agree here on that, right?
This one?
Yes.
Or the DX07?
This one.
Well, yeah, I mean, so far they've never really been able to nail him.
Yeah.
Quite right. But I'm digging it. I'm digging this one. I and I look back and I know you have the DX07. I just feel it's got its age, man. I think the sculpts don't look that good in my opinion.
I think personally, I think they've held up pretty well, but compared to what's out there today, yeah, you could see its age. You definitely can.
And that's what I mean. Like to go backwards and buy a 10-year-old figure just doesn't. That's why I don't have it.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, the longer time goes on, the lesser quality it looks, because we see better and better and better sculpts as the years go on.
But there's certain figures that hold their like their value and the quality. Like look up, for example, just to name one, Battle Damage RoboCop. Figure is freaking amazing,
right?
Man.
Some of them just phenomenal.
That's like, I mean, if I put the package in 2021, 2022, people are gonna say, "Oh, damn, this is like brand new." Exactly. Wow, beautiful. Yeah. Look at the Terminators, for example, right? Really good as well.
Yeah.
The DX07. I think the DX07 is the fact that you have two figures, right? You have a Battle Damage, you have a clean version. You can remove the jacket and have the training, kind of like outlook, even though it doesn't look really good because of the exposed joints. But, you can play around with that. Then you have the base, the diorama. So in terms of getting more stuff with your money, obviously you're going to get more stuff with the DX07. And again, back in the day, it was one of the best Haskell's for Mark Hamill. Yeah. Now, it's improving. And I agree with Anthony. It's really difficult to get the likeness of Mark Hamill. Yes. Because in every movie, it seems to be different. Because he gets a surgery here, he got an accident there, so every movie is like a different actor, you know,
Yeah.
but it's the same one, you know. So I think that's the reason why they can't get the likeness as good as, for example, you know, the classic Loki, right? That they just nailed it right off the bat, or other figures that just nailed it right off the bat. This one seems to be a bit difficult to me. I mean, they know Leia pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, they did a good job with Leia.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it is really, you know, the value that you add to that particular figure, right? If it's something that you want to get because you know you can't live without it, obviously you're gonna get it. It's a classic. I agree with Beskar Kid. It's a classic figure. I mean,
Yes.
those are the ones that you want to have. But again, you need to be cautious. You don't want to spend so much money for that, not knowing that this is gonna be out. So
Exactly. And you know, that was the thing. And the thing is, I think my reasons for buying it because it was the nostalgia purposes and for this not just nostalgia purposes of Star Wars, but also as a Hot Toys collector. I thought that was kind of a piece to have because it is the first Star Wars figure ever made. That was one of my reasonings, one of the reasons why I decided to get it. And I think it's, I mean, me personally, I think it's dope. But is this better? Of course, it is better. It should be better because as time goes along, we should be getting technology advances and everything. So the execution of this figure, I would say, definitely is better. But I do think that they can just give you more for what you're paying.
right,
And
you
that's
know,
yeah.
and I can see people buying two of this. You know, the not the deluxe, this version that comes with the helmet and the extra base, but the other version, which is the cheaper one, quote
Mhm.
unquote, and customizing it. You know,
Yeah,
maybe doing a battle damage, you know, blood and
yeah,
stains, and you know, making it look more like a battle damage one. You know, and maybe people buying just the base on eBay just to try to get the base and try to have both figures. I mean, there's way that you can play around, right? Obviously, ideally will be to get the figure right off the bat, right? But there's always a way.
yeah. That's very true. Very true. So I think we got any more thoughts on this figure before we move on to the next one?
I kind of wish that the base is connected from The Empire Strikes Back Vader.
Yeah.
That could have been something that
would have been
would have been cool.
that would have been pretty damn awesome. I totally agree. I don't know
Yeah,
why they didn't do that.
I know, because it would have, you know what I mean? Just have them like
Yeah.
next to each other, like just a perfect. I don't know, just a oversight, I guess, on their part.
Yeah.
I would have done it.
No, total missed opportunity. Well, we got 61 people here in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. All of that helps out greatly. Okay, so we're going to move on from this one. We're going to move to the next figure, which is this guy right here. Man, this Batman figure came out and I mean, me personally, I like it. I think it's dope. We're talking DX19 here. Is this something that you guys are going to get? Well, you know what, Anthony, I know you're not even into the but I still want to get your thoughts. What do you think about this figure? Do you think it's executed well or
He's getting 3.
Yeah, no, no, I'm not getting any. Look, but opinions aside from the movies and the actor, I think they hit it out the park with this one.
Yeah.
In comparison to the previous release too, you know what I mean? It looks infinitely better in my opinion. Anybody who's a fan of this particular iteration of Batman is probably excited. Now, see, this is the type of stuff I want to see with Star Wars.
Yes.
You know, because I feel like this one looks really great. You know, I just don't like Christian Bale. It's just not my. Yeah, see, like Carlos. Yeah, I'll get the Joker. The Joker's awesome, but I cannot stand this dude in any movie he's in. And especially Batman. I just couldn't get behind his voice. So for me, well, and it's more than that actually. I don't like the suit either. Okay, he looks too thin. But you know, whatever. That's not what we're talking about. It's for the representation from screen accuracy. They nailed it.
Yeah.
So I think it looks great. I mean, you got the Bat Pod, you know, as well. And a lot of cool, you know, coming, you know, obviously separately. But I mean, he's really, really good looking, dude. It just it's a shame I have zero interest in this figure whatsoever. But I mean, and the sculpt was, dude, the sculpt's phenomenal. And you know they've been kicking ass with sculpted hair.
They have.
So I mean, not this Luke, obviously, for some weird reason, but a lot of figures, you know what I mean. They've been really knocking it out the park with sculpted hair. So I think the head sculpt itself looks great. The body is cool. It looks like mixed fabric, right? So it's different than the older one. See, like that looks amazing right there. I just wish I would like this Batman. So those are my thoughts. I think if you're a fan of this version of Batman, this is a phenomenal piece.
Absolutely. Dante, what is your thoughts on this wonderful piece?
Man, I actually was holding off to get the Bat Pod until this figure is released because I wanted to see how the final product is gonna come out.
Yep.
And as soon as I saw the picture, click, 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 I ordered my Bat Pod.
There you go.
Because I'm rebuilding my Dark Knight line, so I only have the Two-Face. That's all I got.
Wow.
I already ordered the Queen Studios Joker, so waiting for it for hopefully next year. This one here is coming, and I cannot wait to have this one because one of my favorite Batman movies was Nolan trilogy. And I enjoy it very much. I watched the movie many times, especially The Dark Knight. I think it was a fantastic movie. There is this figure compared to because I used to own the previous version, the DX12. The X12, right? I used to own that figure, so I know the limitations and I know the pain that it was to pose that figure. Especially the suit was very tight. Again, my experience with it, but based on the pictures that I see and the articulation and the fabric, so I think they're improving a lot on this one. So I can wait, man. I want to push this figure to the limits for sure. But
you definitely will be able to.
Yeah, and I don't mind the extra height. Some people they don't like the extra height, but it's really not noticeable. It's just a little bit taller. And maybe this is the actual right scale for this figure. Maybe the other one was underscaled a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait, man. I'm telling you, I'm very happy with this. Love the head sculpt, looks to be amazing. Tailoring the cape looks really nice, especially with the pad. Forget it. This is gonna be one of those figures that if you're a Nolan fan, definitely you should go for it.
Absolutely. I think it's gonna pair very well with the NR Joker. So yeah. And like you, Dante, I'm rebuilding my Dark Knight collection as well. That's what started me in with Hot Toys. It was the bank robber Joker, and years ago I sold that off and I kind of moved away from the whole Dark Knight thing and got into Marvel. So them going back to the well on this is great because they get the improvement. And like Carlito says, DX19 is a big improvement from DX12. Yeah, definitely. I for one totally think it is. Is it this one? Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. It was something I wanted to show. Somebody said something about I lost it. Wait. I forgot who it was. I think it was Miles. I think it was Miles Dyson.
Sorry.
He asked, "Was this figure?" He asked, "Was I know?" He asked, "Was this figure in Sideshow's warehouse already?" I don't think it is.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's probably going to be a couple.
You'll be surprised. Yeah, this one, I honestly think that we're gonna get this one much sooner than you guys think.
You think?
Yeah,
much sooner. I'll probably say at least a month.
Yeah, because they already got Harley. They got Harley.
Which is
quick.
I mean,
that's already in my comic book store. Which
think about like a month, like 3-4 weeks.
Huh.
It's really not that bad, from release. I think this one is gonna be around that.
If they can do it consistently,
they won't. That's the thing. They won't because everything goes with the amount of pre-orders. If they don't have a lot of pre-orders for this, like chances are you're gonna get this one faster. If it's a big pre-order like the Mark 85 Battle Damage and any other like Ahsoka, for example, forget it. That's gonna take longer time, and that's something they need to improve because it is annoying. A lot of people paid these things already, And I always say, I always rant about this. It is not fair for you, the collectors who pay everything, especially the people who do payment plans, that they're ahead of the game already. Because I pre-ordered it, I didn't pay just the $20, whatever the deposit was, and you already pay like 89-90% of the
Yo,
figure.
you want to know something about that? I pre-ordered
Crazy.
Ahsoka in August of 2020, and I paid her off in full.
Wow.
Full. And then 3 days ago, other people have already received their Ahsoka. And then 3 days ago, I got an email saying mine was going to be delayed. So I canceled it and I got all my money back.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? When you it's definitely something on their end that they're not I guess accounting for the right way. I mean, if you pay something already like 90% of it, you should be the priority, I think, to my eyes,
I
right?
only
Because
owed $36.
they're using your money.
Totally agree.
They're using your money, right, to probably invest or get all the stuff with your money. My $20 is there, but it's just $20. Yes, I get the invoice, I pay it off right away. Yes, well, actually, I get debited, right away.
Yeah.
But the point is that it is not fair for collectors who pay the figures ahead of time, right? That do payment plans at the very like responsible and consistent, for them to get the figures the last in the line. It's not fair at all. And I agree with everyone who always is upset about it, because it is not fair. It is not fair. They need to get better on that. Yes, it's beautiful to see the figures being unboxed right away. Yes, it's beautiful. Yeah, I love it. But what about I want to have the same experience that these guys are having.
Yeah,
I want to get my figure right
I don't want
away.
to watch you unbox it. And wait
You want to
3
unbox your
months.
figure. So those are the things that and this is the thing, right? At the end of the day, we are collectors and we love unboxing figures. The smell of a brand new figure is just priceless, man. Is what does your drug right there, right? That's what keeps you going. Oh, what's my next figure now? So they just need to get better. And I think I'm always positive. I think they're gonna at one point get better on that.
Absolutely, definitely. Want to give a shout out to FabsFigures. He said, "Hey guys,
Fabio.
what's up, Fabio? What's
Who's that
up,
guy?
dude?
Who's
Dude,
that
if
guy?
you want to come in here, you can come in here. Just let me know. I'll send you a link."
He's doing my taxes, so he's gonna take another few hours.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind. Get those taxes done. Also want to give a shout out to Cam's collection. Big Killer Cam. He said, "What's good, fellas? What's up with you? What's up?" Yeah, but no, I totally agree. I mean, I think it sucks that some of these figures. I mean, it's happened to me several times. I've bought figures. Soon as I heard they were coming out, and then I would get it, and my cousin would probably paid his off like day one and still waiting to get his. That happened with Miles Morales, matter of fact. So yeah, they definitely have to get better on that. Absolutely. Also got another guy in here. We got Metamorphic Customs. What's up, Desi?
This is Skywalker.
No.
What's up, folks? Anthony, I see your same situation as Ahsoka and Sideshow. I still buy from them, but I stopped pre-ordering last year. Yeah. A lot of people
She was my last pre-order, and it's funny that I was right, because I did it specifically because I was like, oh, she's out, let me just pay her in full and let me see what happens. It's a little thought experiment. I wanted to see where I would be in the queue, and then I figured I probably wouldn't get it right away, but then the fact that like I got an email saying she was gonna get delayed, I'm like, are you what? So, but I gave you like everything. I only owed $36. That was tax and shipping,
right,
since August 2020. That's all I've owed.
Oh.
So you know what I'm saying? But they gave it back to me. They gave me back my NRD, stuff like that. Nah, it's Carlos. She was not. But my last pre-order though, for sure. Yeah, I'm done with that. I just can't, and I'll still buy. Obviously, I love Sideshow. I don't understand their system. Is it a random? Is that what happens at midnight? Did they build some kind of program that just runs and then picks people out of a lottery and says, here, you're getting shipped out? Or is it favoritism, which I doubt? So I don't there's no rhyme or reason as to why that would happen. Because like Dante's saying, man, I literally gave them all my money on that day in 2020.
Jesus.
So you would think maybe I'm not number one out the door, but like the first batch, I think I should be getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just the logistics. They can get things straight up. I don't think they realize that at one point collectors are gonna get upset, and then you're gonna get cancellations. You have to return the money. They're gonna switch stores. So they need to get better than that. And not to just. I mean, you guys know I do a lot of business with Josh Comic Concepts,
Yes.
but not to say But every time that I pre-order something with him, or if I buy something, and he gets stuff faster, man, than Sideshow.
Seeing that.
And the prices are much. It's a bit cheaper than them. And again, you can do the comparison with any other retailers, and it's fine. I like to buy, even if I have to pay more money, but I like to buy with someone that I feel confident, like that I can just message and get an answer, that I can get my figures double boxed, that I know what's going on, right? That's what I do. And of course, it's subjective on everyone's is free to do whatever they want in terms of who to buy from. But to me, it's if I'm gonna buy from someone, honestly, yes. If you can save some money, it's perfect. But if I don't have to save anything, but I get a really good service, you're gonna go with it.
Exactly.
Simple as that, right? If you get really good service, why are you gonna stop? you
Yeah.
know? And of course, yes, I understand price and all that, but it feels like $5 more. Or like it's not like you're paying $100 more. Obviously, that's a really way too much. But it feels like a few bucks more here and there. It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. Shout out to Single Songwriter, says it's favoritism, but they won't admit it. They told me they ship to the other stores who sell for them first. Damn. Okay. It's crazy. That is crazy. Oh my god. Very crazy. Carlos says, personally, I go with Josh unless he's not carrying the statue/figure. Yeah. I mean, you got to go with who you're comfortable with and who you know is going to give you great customer service. Sideshow has great customer service, but when it comes to stuff like this, the delays are ridiculous. I mean, the same thing happened to me with Loki. They pulled the money out, told me it was coming. I called them, and I was like, "How do you guys know you're getting it when when Hot Toys hasn't even showed anything yet?" That's I was already kind of like, "What's going on here?" Then when I got a notice saying it was delayed, and as soon as but one thing I will give them credit for, when I found out, when they sent me the email saying that figure was going to be delayed, I went and checked my account. The money had been put right back in. I didn't have to call them or anything. I guess they were like, we don't want him bitching and complaining. They just put the money right back. But it's crazy. And that kind of brings me to another point. But before we move on to the point, do we have any more to say about this wonderful DX19?
Well, I'm happy for people who are getting it.
Yeah,
I guess. Look, and it's a shame too, because I like Nolan and I like what he did with the movies. I just don't like the suit or the actor. So then it kind of sucks, right? Because you're like, damn, because the movies were really good.
No. Yeah, they were. I mean, I like it, but that's good restraint there, because some people will buy a figure just because it looks good and don't have any connection to the property or the figure at all. So
if I don't like it, I'm not buying it. It's just there's no, and I don't, and even if as long as I remotely like it, that's enough justification for me to buy it. Right, so I don't even have to like it that much, but I have to like it. You know what I mean? And I think the big turnoff for me was the voice and everything. I don't know, there was something about it, but the figure looks sick. I know, right? But like, I would rather, like, if you gave me an 89, like a Keaton Batman or something, I'd get that. Like, I'm getting the Batman Forever, Batman and Robins, and I'm more excited about those than I am this. So, just knowing that in my head, I would be dishonest to myself.
Yeah.
If I bought that, you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, I don't feel it. It's Batman. I love Batman, but not this Batman.
Oh. Said K Carter 215 says never was a fan of Bell's interpretation of Batman, but I will say that DX19 is a beautiful figure. My neighbor told me earlier today that he got a email from Sideshow stating that Cable was delayed as well. Good thing you brought that up because we're about to talk about that next. Dante, you got any final thoughts on DX19?
I love it. I can wait to get this figure to do a review. And again, I wanna do some posters with this one. I wanna see if the improvements are legit. Very happy with everything so far. But again, I'm gonna wait until I get it in hand, do the review, and then share my thoughts about it.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So that brings me to another topic. And we're going to talk about delays. So, let's do this. Where is this guy? Do we even care anymore? So it feels like it's been forever. It feels like it's truly been forever. I know like a lot of you, I also got an email, I think it was Monday evening saying that this would be delayed. And yeah, I just don't know what I'm still getting, still getting it. I still want it, but damn, what is taking so long? But before I do that, I got to bring somebody in here. This guy right here, 1/6 scale man. How you doing, brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hello
man?
there.
You good?
Doing good as always. As always. And we're gonna start this off with you.
What's up?
Leo, how do you
Mhm.
feel about this figure? Do you think that it's just taking too damn long for this figure right here? Are you still excited about this figure? And what is taking so long with it? Your thoughts?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's you come to expect it now. I think we've been programmed to realize that every figure that is scheduled to release is going to get a delay. Yeah, what I mean. So I guess because I don't have any certain expectations on it, sometimes you just forget. Like you forget that you have certain figures, either ordered or paid off or whatever, pre-ordered, however. Um, I think with this piece is just one of those situations where, again, either they have so many orders, so many things that they've. It's like what when you just keep adding certain things to your plate, you just keep adding orders, like adding figures released, like new reveals, constant reveals. But again, you don't have the production levels to really even that out. You know what I mean? So again, like they've had so many orders, but in so many reveals, but they don't have the production staff to kind of equal that out. That's why I was always under the impression that what they should do, the sentiment that what they should do is kind of like separate them. You have a group of individuals who work on Star Wars figures. You have a group of individuals who work on Marvel, DC, however you want to actually see it. There's that way you're not selling yourself short. I mean, with this, again, it's always safe to say that any release that we get or any reveal that we get, put it that way, if they set the expectations for a date, you might as well just always. It's like when you tell somebody like, look, we have a dinner at 8, but if you know that person's going to be late, you're going to always say, look, we have a dinner at 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? Right. So of course, you know what I mean? So is this one of those situations with them? It's a complete reverse. Like if they tell you that, there's going to be a release on a certain date, you want to add 6 more months after that. So you already know that there's a possibility that it's going to be delayed. And this is one of them. So I already had the expectation that this was going to be a delay. As much as we want it, it's just, I guess you just have to chalk it up to a point where you're like, you know what? It is what it is. We'll get it when we get it. But I think for me, I'm just more satisfied because right now, I don't have to worry about, I mean, I got so much stuff that I'm already behind on right now that I'm still trying to get out. Like, you know what I mean? I just started work on the Black and Gold squad that I've been promising for months. So I'm finally into that. And then after that, I have to, have Superboy and Superman. Like I'm trying to do a mashup with that. I still got this quarter scale Mando sitting here. I still have, both Ahsoka and Maul and to get through. So I'm backed up right now. You know what I mean? So I don't mind it, but at the same time, it would be nice instead of us actually getting so many reveals for them just to kind of just give us these, you know what I mean? Just give it the figures we're waiting on. You know what I mean? But again, I just go into it now like with zero expectations. Whatever we get is what we get. So if they reveal something that I have that I've been waiting on, oh, fun. Yeah, thanks. I'm happy. But if they don't, I really don't care anymore right now. Like literally, I really don't. Like I really don't. It's when we get it, we'll get it. That's just the way I look at it. Once we get it, then I'm cool. But the conversation, like we're going to keep on having these conversations because you might as well just figure that every figure that we've been waiting on, since 2001, 2021, you know what I mean? Since 2019, Loki was basically released or revealed when? 2019, 2018, 2019.
I think it was 2000. I think it was like, I'm sorry, 2020. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Was it 20?
Yeah, it was 2020. It was early, I believe, early
2020. So, yep. Okay. So 2020, here it is, 2022, which means that we probably won't see that figure until 2023. Literally, the beginning, first quarter.
Yeah.
That's just the way I'm projecting it right now because we don't know. Because if it's released, and once they basically do release it, if they give us the production photos, it gets released. Anybody who's ordered that figure through Sideshow, it's been delayed to when?
I think November.
So basically, anybody, if it's released in November, October, November, that means people who ordered that figure through Sideshow will not see that until January, February, 2023.
Yeah,
you feel me? So it's a terrible way to look at it, but this is the state of the world we're in. But in Hot Toys' defense, right now, I mean, they are going through a crisis, man. Like literally, I was watching it on the news today. Yeah. Like they've shut so many things down. It's pathetic, bro. So, it is what it is. Once we get it, we get it.
Doc Has Fly says, he says, I'm at a point where I will just wait till Moon Knight. He says to Moon Knight figure come out, and if the final product is dope and I still care, then I'll buy it when it's in stock. Yeah. I think that's how a lot of people feel about it. Yeah. They're just, it's like the anticipate. Yeah. It's hard to have the keep that anticipation for a figure, thinking things are going to come on schedule. So sometimes you like this, you kind of. I was crazy about it when it first, when it first came out, when they first was announced. But now I'm like, so much other stuff is coming out, and you got like companies like art, you got statue companies. It's kind of been left in the dust, so to say. Dante, what's your view on this?
So this figure was delayed June to August, right? Cable.
Yep.
So that means for the US, right? So that means that we probably gonna see this figure next month releasing in Hong Kong. No. Next month, May, right? I'm thinking that that's gonna be the case.
Yeah.
The problem with this delays, this is pretty much in the US, right? The whatever happened with the containers and shit that gets stuck, for months. I think that this figure here it's gonna be released sometime in May, and they need to start moving these orders, man. They cannot hold this any longer. Collectors are getting pissed of waiting, and rightfully so, because they wanna like get the figure. So why waiting longer periods of time? People paying it off. We spoke about this a few minutes ago. People already paying this figure off and still waiting. I mean, Anthony's waiting for Ahsoka. He paid off like 4 years ago. So it is unfortunate, but now with the fact that you can actually cancel something if you don't want to wait any longer, I mean, that's good. You're gonna get your money back, but at the same time, it's gonna sucks because you put that money already, you're expecting the figure, and then boom, another 3 months waiting. So this is gonna happen. I think China's in a lockdown right now, so a lot of factories are closed. But I still think that we're gonna see more releases coming. Maybe not in the pace that we expected, but once this wave is over, I think they're gonna catch up. And when they catch up, you're gonna expect a bunch of figures coming at the same time, like what happened last year, right? That we got a few multiple releases. So your wallet is gonna be very busy the next upcoming months for sure.
Yep, I totally agree. Anthony, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, as far as cable or delays or both, I guess we'll just go
Both.
through
We'll just
right?
say both. Yeah.
Well, obviously, cable's awesome. I very much would like him. Now, there's the thing, right? Because you get excited, like you said, like this gets announced, you get excited. There are certain levels of fandom, though, right? Where some people may have seen this cable and been like, "Wow, yeah, this looks good." Now it's been so long they don't care anymore, right?
Yeah.
I love cable in general. Just in general, I'm more of a comic-y nut, so it's like, okay, I got to get cable. You know what I mean? So. But I don't care when he comes. That's the thing. It's just like you guys were saying, and like Lael just said too. It's just like there's so much crap, right? So like when it gets here, it gets here. I'm not in a rush, because there's so much other stuff that's delayed. And the thing that sucks about the delays is that it's like we get double dipped in delays. You know? So Hot Toys will delay. Ah, shit. Okay. Hot Toys is delayed. Okay. So now we're waiting, 3 to 6 months for a delay that came from Hot Toys, which now rolls downhill. So now Sideshow obviously isn't going to get it because Hot Toys delayed it. So then when Sideshow gets it, they even have a bigger delay. So if it comes out in October in Hong Kong and then Sideshow doesn't get it until, January, then you're like, dude, I just got double dipped on it. And it's every, you know what I mean? That's just part of the game. So if you're going from, and if you go from somebody else, local comic book stores, wherever, they still get it from Sideshow. So there's another triple delay. So I was just like, I've stopped caring. That's my whole point. Like when it gets here, it gets here. If I like the figure, cool. I'll buy it when he comes out, he or she, whatever, the figure. The excitement's, I don't want to say the excitement's gone, but my expectations have now altered just through the hobby in general, because whether or not it was the pandemic and now the shipping prices and there's so much shit going on in the world that is affecting everything. It's not just Hot Toys, clearly. Gas prices, food, everything. Anywhere you go, the inflations, the delays, shipping problems, manufacturing problems, worker shortages. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So, but we're kind of, taking a step back into our circle, and, not to say that everything else in the world isn't important, but since, this is where we're at, this is our little niche, this is what's relevant, right? So it affects us in collecting Hot Toys, just in general. So it's like, I'm over it, bro. I'm over it. If something comes out and it's out, I'll buy it if I want it. But I can't be like, oh, this looks great. This looks great. People look at that new Batman movie, right? The Robert Pattinson Batman. They're like, oh, this looks phenomenal. Well, what happens in 2.5 years when it comes out? Are you still going to be excited that much? Like, that's what I'm saying. Some people were excited for cable and they're like, it's been a few years. The hype is over. And then they put their money down or something and they're like, fuck. Now I'm getting the figure. And I don't really like it as much as I did 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. All it takes is a solid release with really good pictures and a really good review. That's all it takes, man. Then you see that, you're gonna be like, oh damn,
yes,
this looks
that's
really
true.
good. Because obviously when you wait so long for figures, the hype dies down. That's normal. I mean, like a couple months ago, everyone was very hype about the Spider-Man movie, right? A few months ago in December, everyone talking about Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and then now it's like fading away. But now wait until they release something again. Wait until they release a figure from that movie. People are gonna get again connected and they're gonna think, oh shoot, now I want to get this one, I want to get that one. So that's where the hype comes, right? Look at what happened with Ahsoka. Everyone talking about it. We got this instruction with the weird look on the eyes, and everyone was concerned about it. And boom, the figure came out beautifully, right? So it's kind of like waves, that's the way I see it.
Yeah. Ashley Chase said it best. He said, like, your excitement dies and it builds back up again once you get that email. Very true. Very true. Because when Loki, I forgot about Loki, and then when I got that email about Loki, I was like, "Oh man, it's coming! Oh, let me get the camera set up. I can't wait to review it." So that is true. They get us. I mean, I think that's how they get us every time. Like Dante was saying. I mean,
well, you know, you can look at that, right? Because it's and everybody's varied. So I'm not saying good or bad, but like I see some people post pictures of Ahsoka, and I'm like, eee. Right, the eyes are all like just like the yeah, exactly, right. But then other people will post pictures and be like, damn, that looks really damn good. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tricky situation, you know, and it's not like you want to buy it because somebody else made it look good, but it kind of comes back to that Batman thing. Like you have to like the character, right, in order to you know. But then it sucks when you like a character and you're like, ooh, that doesn't. I don't know.
You know what's crazy too is that we live in a world where people will basically see a pre-order, right? Or we'll see a production photo of a figure that we don't even want, and sometimes people just buy it because they want something.
Yeah,
that's terrible, bro. Yeah. Like if like seriously, like they'll just purchase it because they want something. Yeah, like that you know what I mean? That Batman figure was just released. I see people purchasing it because they want it. But a lot of people weren't even there was no interest. There wasn't, I mean, there was interest, but there wasn't an interest from a lot of individuals. But they got it because they were they're just hungry for something. You know what I mean? So we live in that world right now where people will see it. And then sometimes if we do get a figure or a production release, we'll see the photos and it's like, yeah, I'm out. You know what I mean? I don't want it. You know what I mean? It's not something that's going to, especially if you don't see improvement from the prototype, because the prototype might have been extremely bad, or it might have been one of those situations where you're like, you know what, I'll give it a chance if I see the production photos. And then once you get it, it's like, yeah, I'm checking out. Yeah. Like I'm just checking out. So that's just the dangerous space that we live in right now, where you know, you'll get a figure, like people are just so hungry for something, like, yo, Hot Toys release something, give me something, throw me a bone, do something. Yeah. And then once we get that release, it's like, damn, I didn't want this, but let me just get it because I'm hungry for it. Yeah. And is it like, okay, then a week later, the figure that you want might drop. You'd be like, damn, I spent money on this. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to be extra careful. Yeah. I'm definitely not getting that one. But yeah, it's just like, yo,
the caution tape. I said Margot Robbie, caution tape, Harley Quinn. She was at my comic store. I was like, oh, this is here? Oh, wow. And then
you thought about buying it.
Yeah. Well, that one what kind of appealed to me because I like the look for some. It's so colorful. I'm a kid. I'm like a big kid.
Right. But you were justifying deep down, you don't want her.
Right.
But you were making up excuses to buy her.
There you go.
She's kind of cool. If I pose her this way.
If I do it this way.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's that hunger.
It's that hunger.
And see, that's the way I was with the Tusken Raiders, because when I saw it the first time, I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for a while because it wasn't something that I wanted immediately. So I just said, you know what? Let me just wait. And I'm glad I did, because I waited once I got that, you know, double pack Boba Fett. I had ideas, and then because I had ideas and I waited, also develop points. And I was able to use those points to get two figures for actually practically the price of one. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. Then, you know, but it's the thing is I don't jump quick. You know, I just want to wait and see. I need to basically sit back and wait and see first, you know, whether or not it's going to go on sale, you know, especially if it's something that I'm not really eager to get. If it's something I'm eager to get, then I'm getting that right off the back. I'm like, yeah, I cannot wait. I'm paid it off. I can't wait for it to come. For some figures, I'll actually hold out on. So I always have, like, you know, that inner voice that says, you know what, your conscience is saying wait, so hold out and just to see. Just like I said with that, you know, that Tank Commander, I waited. I didn't get it right off. I didn't get it like, you know, some people. I waited and waited and waited, and then managed to get that figure for $49. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm straight. You know what I mean? So again, it's just one of those situations where you just don't jump to get something, especially if it's something you do not need, and it's something you knew you weren't getting in the very beginning. Don't do it just because you're hungry to get something from Hot Toys. Like literally, just
and you know, I will say shout out to Tusken Raider.
Yeah,
because I love mine.
Right.
But here's the problem: if you don't connect to Tusken Raiders or Star Wars, don't fucking buy it.
Well, see, that the thing is, I connected to it, but I wanted to wait I needed to find a reason to get it first because I wanted to get everything else that I knew I wanted out there. I mean, I could, because it's Star Wars and we already know that. And I knew I was eventually going to get it, but I wanted to get everything else out the way first. The things that were more important to me than the Tuscans at that point. But then once I saw the vision and I was like, all right, now I have the vision. I wanted to wait until I got that double pack Boba Fett. I got it. I saw what the Nomad Boba looks like. I'm like, all right, cool. We got that episode. Cool. That's the reason for me to get it. And now I'm ready to the point where I just created an entire diorama for that. So you know what I mean?
Awesome.
So I can't wait for it. But again, it's waiting, it's a waiting, because sometimes even figures that you want, just wait on it a tad bit just to see, especially if it's going to have shelf life. Because it may be a figure that
now.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Because there's a lot of figures right now that maintain that shelf life that isn't moving.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true.
So I don't know.
Yo, IG-11 is still in stock.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know
That's
why I
crazy to
keep
me.
saying this, but
That's
it's
nuts,
crazy to
bro.
me.
That's
I thought that
gonna
was
be
gone.
that's gonna be similar to what happened with Anakin, man. When that thing is gone, forget it. Everyone is gonna be looking for IG-11 close to retail.
Right.
That's
It's
normally
not
what
gonna-
happens.
That guy.
I'm telling you, like, waiting is the best thing, and I do agree with that. If you wait the right time, right? Obviously, if you know that, I think by this time we all should know. I mean, all collectors, maybe not the new ones as much, but the more experienced ones, kind of like which figure can be hot in the future and which one you should probably not wait too long to order. Just wait, but not like jumping like right off the bat. Just maybe wait a few weeks, give it a couple months, But if you know that something's gonna be very hot, you're probably not gonna wait that long. You're probably gonna pull the trigger in within a couple weeks. You'll see the reviews, you see, opinions, pictures. You can start asking questions, because at the end of the day, you're guinea pigs. We get the figure, we review it. You ask me the question. Oh, can you do this with this? Can you do this with that? Can you, and we will tell you yes, no, and then you're like, okay, so I'm gonna make my decision now. So instead of you buying it and then you get disappointed and then you're like, shit, I have to return it now. So waiting is the key here, and always it's gonna be special. Always, if you order through Sasha, for example, you get points. You get a $20 discount code every now and then if you place an order. If you're patient enough, you can get a figure $20 cheaper. I mean, $20 is $20. So patience. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's just like
yeah.
draft picks, bro. Like basically, like in the NBA, it's just like a draft pick. You go for basically, like seriously, you might have a slate full of prospects that you want, but like for instance, I want a Kobe because that dude's hot. I'm gonna get Kobe and then I'm gonna build around that. So that's my first choice. So I get that, and then whatever else. Okay, I'm gonna actually need me a power forward to kind of help. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need me a smaller guard. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. So yeah, so you start building around that, and that's just the way it is. Like for us that have been, like you said, we've been, a lot of people who have been collecting for a long time. We know when to jump, when not to jump. You know what I mean? And also when to jump on certain figures that other people won't have an interest in. You know what I mean? So you develop that because you have to have a strategy like nowadays.
Right.
But then we also realize that, now we're dealing with the simple fact that sometimes they overproduce. You know what I mean? They overproduce certain figures that they think people are going to love. Because I'm guarantee you like this, like that battle damage Iron Man is going to sit for some time, bro. Trust me.
It is because they
sit for a minute.
They mass
produced it, and on top of that, we're looking at the simple fact that Endgame has come and gone, and people are pretty much over it. That, bro, how many, like literally, guys, that Infinity War Thanos is still there, bro.
Yeah,
still sitting.
I have two little points here. So there's two reasons. I mean, to me, to the way I see it, right? So I think the reason why we see a lot of things still sitting around is, number one, delays. So you say, but wait a minute, what delays has to do with this? Simple math. If you wait too long for a figure, you're gonna get pissed. You're gonna cancel your order. That means an extra order comes available for someone else. So because you buy overseas. Now the fact is that we have too many resellers, Hong Kong resellers. You go to Instagram, you have like 5 different stores reselling figures. Facebook, different stores reselling figures. So you get 1 more resellers, you get 2 more cancellations, and that with the delays, people are gonna cancel it. They're gonna go overseas and buy the figure faster.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why we get it. Is I don't think it's overproduced. I think it's a lot of people canceling their orders. I think, and again, I can be wrong. This is the way I
no,
see
that's
it.
that's a huge factor, dude. Like some things are though, right? Like in-game cap's gonna sit forever too. Like there are so many things, but you're right. Like, because I was talking about this last week. It's that okay? Like, let's say there's 100 people that are like, you know what? I'm tired of the delays. I canceled my order. Right now Sideshow has 100 dead stock. Right now, sure, someone eventually may buy it, but it's still sitting on shelves. And maybe out of those 100, 50 of them bought the figure overseas. So they got their figure.
Right.
They have no interest anymore of making the purchase.
And not to mention the fact that these Hong Kong resellers, they're killing the market by dropping the prices too low for figures.
Yeah.
And of course, yes, it's good for the collectors because you get it cheaper. That's a fact. Cheaper is better, right? Nobody can argue that. But the fact is that because of that, a lot of people bought those figures cheaper. So they say, "Why I'm going to pay 450 when I can pay 250 for this?"
Especially if you wait.
Up. Especially
and that
exactly.
hurts.
So there's a lot of factors we need to take into account. I think, again, my perspective, I don't think it's overproducing. I think it's the fact that we get too many, newcomers selling figures from Hong Kong and too many cancellations. I mean, you just said, Anthony, you canceled something, or somebody mentioned that they canceled a figure because they were tired of waiting. Captain America, the Endgame Captain America, a lot of people canceled the orders. A lot of people canceled
it.
They
went and got it from Hong Kong.
IG-11. A lot of people canceled their IG-11 because they were tired of waiting. Yeah. And that's the stuff you see right there. People who cancel.
I'm going to tell you, little insider though, real quick, couple things. Little insider, that in-game cap is going to pick up after next month. Watch. After next month, mark my words, after May 4th, that in-game cap is going to pick up. And I'm just telling you right now, it's going to pick up. For reasons. Strange is going to play a really, 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 really major effect in that. But here's the thing, and I can agree, but sort of disagree in a sense where, okay, yeah, there's a lot of cancellations. Yeah, we know that because a lot of people were really upset with Sideshow and with the delays, especially with that in-game cap. A lot of people said, you know what, I'm done. They were going overseas and they were actually picking it up. So of course with Sideshow, it's going to sit. But that figure's also sitting with companies like Toys Wonderland. That figure's also sitting with other companies because, again, like there was projections. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people over there got it. Here, look what's happening with the clones right now. You can still get a Rex anywhere, bro. You can basically still get a 501st anywhere. You can get these Shore Troopers anywhere. And people, and they're in demand. Like people, you see people still army building.
They can get Troopers pennies on the dollar
exactly.
Right now. I don't care.
You can get it. Like that's what I'm saying because it's available and it's cheap. You know what I mean? You can get it, but that's what I'm saying. Like I think with those particular figures, they did over kind of produce with those because they're still there. I mean, there's figures that, like for instance, that all right. So let me ask you a question. That Tank Commander, is it even available with Sideshow yet?
No.
It's still on pre-order.
I think he got out to a few people.
Yeah, but it's still basically sitting on pre-order, right? Small batch.
Yeah, if
but
you
it's
go there
basically
right now, it's not add to cart.
Exactly.
Right.
So, but if you think about that, it's on sale overseas, even with shipping. It's still cheaper than Sideshow.
Right. $130.
But that's a good point.
Crazy.
But also think about this: once they and this is the reason why I always say, like, when they kill the market, because they're selling way cheaper, right? Like 150, 160 for a figure, 220 for like a diecast figure that you're like, shit, this is unheard of. But eventually those figures are going to sell on their end. Eventually it's going to sell. So when that happened, Sideshow's still waiting pretty much. I'm going to wait until it's sold out. Okay, you want to make it cheaper? Go for it. Once that's sold out, guess where people are going to go to buy figures? They're going to go to Sideshow. They're going to pay whatever retail price is. So they're going to still, at the end of the day, we're going to make their money. That's
eventually
they're going to make
as fast.
Right, not as fast.
They're going to make it because they have their projected allotment. So they already have their, you know what I mean? So that they're going to make their money basically off the figures that they already know they have. But it just stings a bit. It's going to sting them a little bit. I will say that. Just a slight bit. You know what I mean? But hey, it's still going to be available. You know what I mean? I see that. I was looking at that. Somebody basically brought to my attention that Midas Iron Man is still available. That golden armor. You know what I mean? That gold. So
Wow.
it's still available. Like I said, and I was looking at it. I was like, I'm still kind of hovering around it, but I'm just waiting until I get enough points to say, okay, if it's still available, then I'll get it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but
That's limit one.
But that one,
per-
that one, I can see
look,
why it was more like longer time because that figure got a lot of issues.
mhm.
You know, with the packaging, with the rubbering, you know, like getting, you know, kind of like rusty. So
Oh,
that
wow.
one I can see why people is hesitant because people bought that figure, received the like damage a little bit with the paint, and then when they exchange it, they send a brand new figure, still the same thing, and then they have to exchange many times. Say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna cancel the order, and that, you know, so again, I'm not saying that you know, this is just my perspective. I mean, I don't have any proof. I don't have any numbers. I don't work for Sideshow. I don't work for nobody. I mean, I don't see the numbers that I can say, oh, this is the reason why. But just a perception. I mean, you see it all the time on Facebook groups. Oh, I canceled this because I'm tired of waiting. How many times you see those posts?
Every
Many
day.
times, different collectors. So it kind of start adding up a little bit, right? And of course, at the same time, is a fact that maybe that figure is not as popular, so that's why it's also sitting around. So that's also a factor that we need to take into consideration. But the main ones, like Rex, like IG-11, like Captain America, those that are still there is because people cancel their orders. That's the way I see it.
Carlos, he did say, like, you know, with Sideshow. I mean, I do like what he's basically said here.
Yeah.
Shout
out to, just want to give
shout out to Carlos, man. I agree.
$5.
Always preaching. Worry about the value. Wait until it gets cheapest and actually purchase it. That's what you do, because as a collector, you know that you can actually get it. And then he also said with Sideshow, holding stock, cast more managed SKUs in space. Trust me, they're
100%.
sweating. Yeah, I super agree with that, man. Like it's
absolutely
like they're even before the pandemic, there were figures that they have been sitting on for a long time, man. How many years did it take them to actually finally move that Spider-Punk? It took them a while, bro. It took them so long. Yeah, you know what I mean,
recently, like
it
last
took them,
month.
exactly, because there was small interest in it. Like there was, people wanted the advanced suits, they wanted, but it took them a while to really catch on. You know what I mean? And the only reason why is because everybody already had the figures that they wanted. Oh, I'll go back and get it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even on sale at that point. You know, they just went back and got it. The only thing that they probably got was the free shipping from Sideshow.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
look at the Chitauri Warriors.
Yeah, right.
Oh
Still
my
sitting
God.
They're still there.
Still there,
They've
bro.
been there for what, 2013?
Yeah, hell yeah. Some of the first order troopers were still there for a while. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff is sitting because there was, over projection for a lot of them. They thought that it would actually have a wave or a heat wave, and it didn't. You know what I mean? And
some things too, like main characters are gonna go.
Yeah,
it's similar, like you're saying with Spider-Punk. Like if the advanced suit was the one to go, because that's the main suit of the game.
Yeah,
right.
Hell yeah.
Well, just like Avengers, like the Avengers went. These Chitauris,
yeah.
You know, how much money do people have? So they're like, well, if I have enough to buy a hot toy, am I going to buy this Iron Man or am I going to buy these Chitauri Warriors?
Yeah.
Look, I'm a Marvel completionist. I have just about everything from the Avengers line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have them.
Yeah.
So that tells you right there,
you know what? And I don't even like, I am still like, here's the thing, because I think I was talking to you about it, Mafia, about the whether or not, because I was trying to use your logic, and I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, do I get the Tusken Raiders or do I get the Iron Patriot? And I'm like, I'm a Star Wars fan, bro. So what comes first for me? You know what I mean? And I still haven't gotten an Iron Patriot, bro. But I know I can get it, but I still haven't gotten it yet because I'm still waiting. I'm just waiting it out. You know what I mean? And that's there. You know what I mean? It's available, but I don't know, man. It's tough. Like it's a tough situation. I think the delays are doing a lot. Here's what's happening, bro. With those delays, there's a lot of things that are happening right now. Those delays are happening, and it's helping certain people. It's helping some of us because what's happening is there's delays. Companies are still waiting on it. They know that the consumer's pissed, so they're looking at their stock and saying, okay, how can we make some money, man? We need to make some money somewhere. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's mark this down. Let's put this on sale. Let's add this for a limited amount of time. And Mafia, come on, man. How many of those short troopers did you get, bro?
I'm not done.
You know what I mean? Because it's still there. You're going to keep getting them, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, and I'm a trooper guy. I love, I'm picking up the assault tank troopers. I'm only getting 2 of those. But I have 7 shore troopers in total, and then 2 assault tank commanders that I will get. For some people, they're like, geez, that's crazy. But I don't care. I like it. But that's the thing. We get options, right? With 130 figures backed up. You're like, okay, well, I'm not going to obviously get 130 new releases that are coming. Yeah. So what do you do in the lulls? You look for deals and stuff. And if you like something, you're like, you know what? I love troopers, and I can get them good right now. I'm going to do that.
Listen, if we didn't have delays, I wouldn't be able to sit back and watch Grails by my man, brother, cousins, bro. Like literally, I wouldn't be able to watch all them Grail pieces, bro, because you know what I mean. Like this is facts, bro. I wouldn't be able to go back and watch it.
8 a.m.
Straight up, bro. I wake up, I'm like, look, 7 o'clock. I don't. My first client sometimes doesn't arrive until like around 9:15. Get my tea, have my house coat on. I'm like, all right, what's brother cousin talking about today? Oh, bam. Okay, I can watch this. Let's go. You know what I mean? So yeah, like if we didn't, it helped with Grail. So I'm with that.
Yeah, it definitely. You appreciate what we have and not just to keep looking forward to new stuff. Let's appreciate what we have.
Because guess what, Mafia? I got me another one.
They're so freaking cool, man. I don't know. I love them, dude. I'm all about it. I know a lot of people are into clones, but
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Pop Culture Living Room right here. And this is something I kind of want to talk about. And I've thought about this a couple times myself. He said, if Sideshow was sweating the dead stock, wouldn't they offer deeper discounts though? They need a clearance section, LOL. That's kind of a good point, right? I mean,
and this is the thing. They, and this is what I said before. Yes, they don't want to, lower the price to like $90, for example, right? So yeah, they're gonna give you those 5%, 10% discount, right? So people to get the hype, but at the same time, they're already making money anyways, But of course, you don't want to have a lot of stock sitting around. So that's the reason why they're fighting so much the Hong Kong resellers, because they know that they're hurting them. Because people are canceling orders. That's how they hurt them. People instead of putting their money in their company, they put the money in the other company, and they don't want that. So at the end of the day, as we always say, patience is the key in this hobby. Obviously you do your budget however you do it, and you buy the figures that you want, but patience is the key. You can buy figures at any price right now. We are in a place right now that you have a lot of options where to buy from. If you want to get it overseas, you get it overseas. If you want to get it in the US, you get it in the US. You have choices. In the past, we didn't have that many choices. It was either, first batch, $150 overpriced, or wait 6 months for the States to get. And that was the reality. Now, like, even the first batch is not that super pricey compared to how the first batches were like years ago.
Yeah,
we're talking about
even 2 years ago.
Even 2 years ago. So because they also don't want to lose business, because they also don't want to overprice it too much, because now they know there's other. That's what I said. There's so many resellers right now, and if you offering me $20 cheaper than everyone else, you're gonna get my business, right? Yeah. If we're talking about if you want to buy overseas, right? You want to find some savings, but at the same time, if Sideshow or Comic Concepts improve the way they get the figures sooner, I think that's gonna play a huge impact in the community. A lot of people are gonna be willing to wait. Just imagine a figure is released today, and then tomorrow you get an email, your figure is shipping Monday. Yeah. I mean, would you buy overseas for that? Of course not. You're going to wait. I mean, it's a couple days from now.
Well, and that's why I think Sideshow needs to do something, because like Lando was like that. I got Lando in like 2 weeks after he was announced.
Yeah.
Sideshow had him quick.
It's because that was a small batch
as well. It said ships today, and I was like, oop. You know,
that was beautiful. Exactly. So that's the beauty of it. But they do that only on small batches.
I know, it
Small
sucks. They
orders,
need to
and
do
that
it all the
sucks. If they're
time.
consistent with everything, but again, we need to be realistic. If you're talking about, let's say, 1,000 pre-orders on Lando, just to throw a number, compared to 100,000 orders from the Battle Damage Mark 85, who's gonna come faster? Obviously, it's
Right.
gonna be the one with less quantity because they just do one batch and that's it. This one, we're talking about a massive volume of figures. So
Yeah.
they
Well,
just
it's
need to get
crazy.
better.
It's just crazy what we're in, because, like you mentioned, I can name a dozen resellers at the top, right now, overseas now.
Yeah.
So the more and more resellers, because remember, resellers are just people like you and me, man. We just go pick up figures and we offload that shit. We're just hustling.
Yeah.
So, the more and more resellers there are, they all are now competing with themselves, all of them competing with Sideshow. So that's why you're seeing crazy ass deals, because people are like, well, shit, like you said, Dante, excuse me, whoever gives me the cheapest deal's got my money, you know? So, because this is not a cheap hobby.
And all this happened because of the pandemic too. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people need money to feed their families. So it's a valid game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're doing something like obscene or anything like that. I mean, if they have stuff to pay, they need it. So they need to figure out a way to survive.
Right.
So that's why we see all those, huge amount of resellers coming, everywhere. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, bro, it's worth buying. But can I say real quick?
Yeah.
Something I don't think a lot of people consider too. Being in the comic book store for ever and ever and ever on my end. Going to your local comic book store or local, hobby store that carries Hot Toys is also a really good opportunity for you as well, because a lot of them will do. You can trade in your old stuff. You know what I mean?
Man, that Days of Futures Past Wolverine I got for a deal.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Like I would do that, and I'd have people come in too. Oh, what do you have? Oh, I have all these like I don't know, first gen Power Rangers or something. I was like, cool, we'll buy them up from you. What do you want? You want cash? You want store credit? You want a mix? So that's what's also cool with shops, right? Because you can go in there, drop off some stuff you're not that into anymore that you've had forever, and all of a sudden you got like 2 Hot Toys from it.
Carlos.
I know he just said something. Before we go to that, I want to shout out to my guy, Collector Joey, with the $5.99 bomb. He says, show my boy, brother, cousins, and the rest of the panel some love.
Carlos, man.
They put so much work into this and show nothing but positivity, bro.
Man, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
Appreciate that so much. Trying to turn it out. Yep.
Is that to the gum, Carlos?
He said figures of food on the table. Figures, bro. Chew gum. It makes the hunger go. He's too...
This guy.
Or just get Crockett and water. That'll do the job, man.
Yo, Carlos, man. Shout out to Carlos. When I go to California, he's gonna make me a full dinner plate with that chrome stove. I'm ready for that, brother. You know I'm ready.
Carlito says Sideshow discounts aren't discounts. They're already charging ridiculous shipping and $40 to most figures with tax and shipping. Rescue is still $407. You can get that figure under $300. Yeah.
And it's sitting.
Yeah.
It's sitting. That's the thing. It's still sitting.
Even at the less than 300 price tag.
Exactly. It's still sitting, bro.
Overseas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you can sometimes people underestimate, but then you can overestimate. And I think companies are basically like, I mean, Hot Toys is not exempt. They overestimate based on their market, thinking that same thing's going to happen over here. And in some cases, it doesn't. You know what I mean? So we're
feeling these effects of the pandemic, which is insane. And then we talked about that on my stream on, I don't know if it was last Saturday, whatever. One of them with these damn streams, I brought that up, where it's like, it's a culmination of everything. And I think what happened was so many people got money from unemployment bonuses, stimulus checks, had nothing to do. And they start buying shit, right? So companies are like, damn, we're doing great. Crank that shit out. Like, and then all of a sudden the checks stop. The faucet's, dry, and everybody's like, uh-oh.
Every time I see Sydney, Australia,
I don't think I could be buying this $400 figure now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
What's up, Green? My man, Sydney Aust, all day.
Says the issues that movie comes out movie comes out, but the figures take some time, years to hit the market. Why do they not put more staff to keep up? Cheers, GM, Sydney, Australia. I mean, yeah, I mean, the only way I think right now for Hot Toys to really keep up or to get ahead or to finally catch up, and I've been saying this, I don't know if it's going to happen. It's probably wishful thinking, but they're going to have to open up some type of another factory here in the States. I think that would be the best way for them to catch up. I don't know how likely that is. I don't know if the quality will dip, but I think that's the only way they're going to be able to catch up at this point.
Hey, I mean, here's the thing, and I it's a double edge, man, because like I said, we know that right now those factories and those production factories right now are feeling it, man, especially in like their close proximity. A lot of people over there have been, they've been hit with COVID, so we know that. So they're shutting a lot of factories down, which then halts the production. So that causes like major delays. So they can't help that. And I completely understand that. You know what I mean? My thing is just a simple fact that you set realistic dates, or if you don't even know, just say to be announced, TBA. Yeah. Plain and simple. Yeah. To be announced. You know what I mean? Once it's available, okay, boom, it's going to be available at this time. Don't even actually say, you can look. And I know a lot of people, here's the thing, is then you run the risk that people won't pre-order when you put TBA because they're not going to know. So
that means every figure's a graveyard figure.
Exactly, it's a graveyard. So you like, just really don't know. That's the tough part. So here it is. Like I said, with collecting, bro, we already know it's a gamble. It is. It's definitely a gamble. So I'm just like, whenever it happens, it's going to happen. So we'll just have to wait and see.
The problem is Hot Toys are at minimum 16 months from announcement.
Yeah.
Very rarely they'll get pushed forward, and if there was like a movie tie-in or something, you guys know, Venom came out unexpectedly. We were like, holy shit, he was like 6 months early, right? Yeah. So, but that's very rare. So it's like a year and a half. It reminds me of fucking video game announcements, right? They'll put out coming, here's our new game coming in 2 years. You're like, dude.
Shit, I remember
if Hot Toys could just be like, here it is, available now. Be like, shit.
And this is exactly why the strategy Queen Studios and Inor wants to do. They want to do something in a shorter time. That's why they said, "Oh, you're gonna get this figure by the end of Q4, right?" Obviously, expectations is one thing, reality is another, right? I don't think it's gonna happen anyway by end of Q4, and at least in the US, it won't happen. I mean, it's gonna in China probably is gonna be released around that time, the first batch. But they're trying to say, okay, you can order for me, and I'm gonna give you the figure in around 6 months or 6 to 8 months wait time. So to you as a collector, you're like, oh shoot, it's a good deal because I don't want to wait like almost a year and a half for a figure. It's way too long. So I think what they need to do is two things. They need to improve the wait time, not making it like a year. I think 6 to 8 months is a good time to wait, right? But of course, what's going on in the world, the pandemic and all that, obviously ain't gonna happen at least for now. But when everything still settles, gets better, hopefully they can revisit that and get more aggressive timelines. Because collectors want their figures. That's why we're doing
they're
the
gonna have to catch up first.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, so don't be surprised if you're gonna get 1 week 5 figures like it happened before. So it's probably gonna happen at one point. And
it's just unfortunate because they can't. Because I thought this too. I was like, could they just stop announcing shit for like 6 months?
They can't. They have to. Because
so
by
dug themselves in this hole,
right? Because when they announce a figure, right? That's pre-order money. They don't want to lose that money. They need to invest as well. They need to budget other projects, other figures and things like that. So so that's why they cannot afford to do any more fuck ups like what happened with the Tony Stank thing that delayed the whole. So delays on top of that and the whole thing that happened. So they need to be. That's why they're revising their head sculpts. They if they put something that doesn't look good, they say something, hey, no more, this is not the final picture, or this is not the final product, we're going to send something, we're going to revise something. And they've been doing it just to you give them credit. But still is. I think we're still a long way to go.
Yep. Well, I mean, damn, that was a lot. We talked a lot about that. I mean, I think everybody brought up great points here on the panel and in the chat. So for our last topic for this evening, it is going to be, what will tomorrow bring?
Delays.
Most likely. let's maybe we'll get something tomorrow, maybe not. But if we do get something tomorrow, not just,
Do you mean literally tomorrow?
literally, not literally tomorrow, but our next release. What will be the next? What do you guys think will be the next release?
Release.
Yeah, Mafia. I'll go with you. Not announcement. Release.
Well, sure as hell ain't gonna be Cable. It's not gonna be Loki.
It's not going to be Miles.
No, well, no, because he got pushed too, didn't he?
Anakin in the stand.
Yeah, Anakin got pushed back. We got Maul. We got Ahsoka.
Anakin got pushed back too.
I think he got pushed back to April or something. I was watching Dante, right? Weren't you showing something like that?
He got pushed.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, so
That's what
I would say Snowspeeder Luke, but I don't know if he's still set to March, April.
I think he got pushed back too.
I think so many. Well, I have no answer to this question. I'm at a loss because I was going to say some of those, but if they all got pushed, I mean,
what would you like to see?
I would like to see Batman and Robin from Batman Forever, but I think they're April to June. So
we're in April.
And you know those are going to be low batch, and I don't like saying the word grail so much, but those are going to be grails because they're never going to make those again.
That's good. That's good, bro. Because nobody's talking about that right now.
No.
Nobody's talking about that right now. And that's going to
Put
be
it this way. Anthony, why don't you do this reverse psychology? Say what you don't think is going to drop, and maybe it will drop.
Batman and Robin. I'm really excited for those two figures, man.
Shout out 100 people in the chat.
And they're never going to come.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, 100 people in the chat, man. Yeah, like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely like and subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for that. Leo, let's go to you. What do you think is going to come out tomorrow? I mean, what do you think was going to be the next release, or what would you like to be the next release?
Probably that tank driver.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. It would probably be something like that we would see. I mean, the least amount of, I mean, literally, it's you've already basically released the tank commander. That tank driver would be the easiest, one to release, in my opinion, to get it out the way. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, nobody's even talking about the simple fact that, again, sculpted hair Wonder Woman. That's what I was about to say. S-Beam, that one hasn't even been mentioned. You know what I mean? That 1984 sculpted hair Wonder Woman. Yes. You know what I mean? So that one hasn't been mentioned. So who knows? You know what I mean? But again, I think it might be that tank trooper. It could be. You know what I mean? That tank driver. I'm sorry.
Transport trooper
from Mandalorian.
Yeah. That'd be crazy if that drops. That would definitely.
That'll probably be that one.
Yeah, shout out to Carlos for giving me half of my steak, paying for half of my steak dinner. Thank you so much, brother. It's a PS after he practiced the Dark Knight voice when he's alone. I bet you do.
No, I fucking don't, man. But I bet you I could do it better than him. But anyway.
Absolutely. Dante, my brother, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, I know you got connects and everything directly over there. So what do you can you
I dropped my connections. They were wrong. No, listen. So actually they were wrong for the Bespin Luke. But okay, so the other day I put a bunch of figures that were supposed to be released in March and they weren't, right? They were obviously pushed. And there are 3 figures that I think are gonna happen very soon. The one of them is gonna be the Tony Stark, the test deluxe version, the one that is doing the whatever.
Yeah.
And the other one is gonna be Wonder Woman, 1984 Wonder Woman. That still says March in Sideshow. That hasn't been moved, so that means that this is one of the solid potential releases for the next couple weeks at least. And the other one should be the Grogu 6-scale figure set. That comes with a bunch of little. Yeah, those are the 3, and I think there's a 4th one as well that I was looking at the other day. Shit, what was it? Mm, let me see. I think it was Miles Morales, but I think it was pushed again. But I mean, to me, it doesn't mean anything if it's pushed here. But yeah, oh yeah, Miles Morales, absolutely, and Miles Morales, the from Spider Verse. Those are the 4 figures that we should expect to see soon, in my opinion.
Oh, well, I would agree with all of that. But I'm really hoping that we do get the Batman and Robin. That I really think that yeah, that's a low batch. I really think that's going
It's gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because think of the weirdness of it, right? I mean, I know the movie's mixed opinions, but it was still cool at the time, you know. And it's like a Batman and Robin, and then that's it. And then why would they ever come back to that? You know what I mean?
We got one Batman released this week, so why wouldn't they put that one next? So yeah, and to show DC some love because they don't show DC that much love. So yeah, they could be killing 2 birds with 1 stone with that. Yeah. So man, it's been a good show, guys. Man, thanks to everybody out here in the chat. Thank you, this wonderful panel right here. We kept it going. Yes, absolutely. Dante, I'm gonna start with you. What you got going on your channel? What's new with you?
Well, man, thanks. It's been a while since I've been in the show, so thank you so much for the invite. Thank you guys at home watching and the panel. You know, the people in the chat. So we have a live stream tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. We have a show on Sundays called Figures with Friends, and this is for members only of the channel. So if you want to become a member, by all means, you should consider doing so. And the unboxing and review of the Dark Knight Batman is coming as well, hopefully tomorrow or on the weekend. So stay tuned for that. So it's gonna happen. And next week we have the usual shows on Tuesdays and Fridays, and we're gonna be adding more shows throughout the week, because we are getting closer to 10,000 subscribers. So we're gonna hit. We wanna make
Hell
it.
yeah.
Hopefully by the anniversary, which honestly, looking at the figures and the analytics, ain't gonna happen unless you guys show some support and subscribe. But yeah, we're gonna have a few shows called Road to 10,000. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome.
And don't forget to join the Facebook group 6Cal Media.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us, Dante. Always a pleasure having you here. Let's go to this guy right here.
What's up, brother? What's up, man?
What you got going on, man?
Oh man, thanks for having me, brother. It's always good to have an invite from a fellow collector such as yourself, bro. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Shout out to everybody actually out there in the chat. Tomorrow, of course, there's going to be me, Loco Lou, and Luminar is not going to be present. She's away on vacation, so shout out to Luminar. But we're going to have 1/6 Figure Focus in her place for Figure Flex Friday. Yes, it's Flex Wars, and like I said, Flex Wars will be going on up until May 4th. So get those flexings in. Take those pictures. Hashtag Figure Flex Friday, also Figure Flex Wars. So do that, and don't put Flex Wars, put Figure Flex Wars, because it gets confused with like muscle bound. We don't need that. But yeah, that's going to basically be on Friday, of course. Then on Sunday, definitely will be the Collectors Lounge International. Will we be talking to pretty much everybody around the world. So that's going to be a great one. I can't wait for that show. Me, Figure Focus, and Killer Cam. Whoever else wants to actually join, definitely. We'll have some international guests as well, as we always do. So it's always fun to have them, and we have that full-on discussion. It's great. Then actually around 5:30, put it this way, 5:30 our time, since pretty much the daylight saving time has changed and overseas has been pushed forward. We're going to have Take Your Position, and it's going to be lights, camera, pose. So basically the reason why I say that is we're going to take poses. You're going to take you pose up your figure, you're going to take pictures of it, edit it, and we're going to show them. So how to basically edit your pose and make it look realistic or make it look really good. So that's going to be on Take Your Position. So I can't wait for that, along with Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday. Then we'll have Say What, of course, next Tuesday. So that's always a fun chat with yourself. Mafia likes to drop in every now and then if he's not worried about the nookie. You know what I mean? So and then also we have again next week will also be Uncivilized Scoundrels, so it'll be a lot of Star Wars talk next week. We'll have me and Mario and CC3PO and my man Vinny. So we'll have a lot to talk about then. I can't wait for that. Also, I will have the Black and Gold Avengers Stealth Squad up by tomorrow. So I can't wait for that. I've been working on that, so that's going to be incredible. After I'm done with that, I'm going to have finally possibly an unboxing of this quarter scale Mando. If not, it will basically be either Darth Maul. It'll be Darth Maul with Ahsoka, also Ahsoka with the 501st and Rex. So yes, I'll be working on that. So it's a couple of things. Like I said, the delays afford me to work on certain things. So yes, stay tuned for that. Also, there will be a members only meetup. So if you've actually haven't become a member of the OneSixthScaleMan YouTube channel, you know, make sure you do. There's a lot of good things coming. So yeah, I can't wait, man. Thanks for having me again. Everybody out in the chat, peace and love. Thanks for the positivity and always supporting these channels and these groups. Subscribe to everybody and let's keep it moving. And yeah, shout out to the Nookie.
Thank you so much for being here,
keep
man.
rolling, and we just keep rolling. We always rolling. We always rolling.
Will never end, my friends.
It will never end. It will never end. I don't care what you say. It will never end. You'll probably wake up. You know what? This is what I'm gonna start doing to you, bro. Every morning before you wake up, I'm just gonna send you a video going like this.
Well, I can't see you.
Well,
Oh, there you go.
like this. Every morning.
Hell yeah.
This is what you're gonna see me doing. I'm gonna send you videos. So every morning it's gonna be like that. All right.
Hell yeah. That'll work. Nah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Hell yeah.
All
Well,
right,
thanks,
brother, what you got
obviously.
going on?
A lot. Well, I mean, it's always something, man. But again, thanks for the invite and everything. And news and updates and stuff. And my streams are on Saturday nights. Sometimes I'll do the morning, morning shows if news permits. And yeah, man, road to 2K, right? Like almost there. So that's pretty cool. Everything's growing. Everything's been great. Mine, I think people who already know, I've got my channel members over there. So on the 24th, I think, the 24th of April, one of the members be giving away a Hellboy figure. So that's pretty dang cool. That'll be fun. And always Nookie around here too. Yeah. always Nookie. So yeah, I mean, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to, be a part of everything and, subscribe to everybody. If you guys haven't put links in the channel already, and stay tuned for more cool stuff, man. I hope. Yeah.
Absolutely. Great show tonight, guys. What I got going on? I mean, man, got a collection tour that's up. Make sure you guys check that out. I'm actually on the road to 2K as well. We're getting close. I think I'm at right now 1940. So I'm like 60 away. So
what? That's it, 60 away. Well,
yeah,
everybody here is probably already subscribed, but if they haven't,
if you haven't, please subscribe. We can make it happen tonight. Yes, and once I hit 2022, I want to do a little over because it's been times I know in the past I hit like 1600 and then I got bumped back. Somebody unfollowed or unsubscribed and I was right back to 1599. So I need to be a little over because I don't want to announce it and then it gets dropped back because that has happened. So once we hit
2022, man.
Once we hit 2022, I'll be giving away an Ahsoka. That's a Clone Wars Hot Toys Ahsoka. I'll be getting that one from Sideshow Collectibles. Once we get that in, we'll be giving that away to one of our subscribers, one of you guys out there viewing. So that's going to be great. So we got that going on. I'm also starting a membership as well. Still working on that, how I want to do all that and everything for you guys, but just know it is coming. And any Hot Toys news, I'll be dropping videos. And you can hear news from just about everybody on this panel. It's all a great community. We're cool. We're a great community. And, I've said this all the time. It's no us without you guys. You guys make this shit possible. And that is just the truth. I mean, like a couple years ago, I didn't even think I'd be even doing any of this. So it is great to be in good company of everybody on this panel and everybody out there in the chat. It is just amazing. Also, shout out, before I forget, this Saturday, me and Loco Lou That's right. We're doing it, a turtle show. I wrote it down. We got the name of it. Half shell. I think that's what we're calling it. So we're going to be doing that Saturday morning at 9 a.m. this Saturday. So definitely check that out. We're going to be talking about turtles, and it's going to be great. All things Ninja Turtles. Me and Loco Lou. You got to check it out. Also, Tuesday, we got another Grails episode. Can't remember exactly what I'm doing on that episode. I think it may be something Star Wars. Maybe Farm Boy Luke. New Hope Luke, maybe. I think that's what we'll end up doing. So that's going to be on Tuesdays. So definitely come and check that out. Guys, it's been wonderful tonight, man. This has been a real great show. Real great show. Can't thank you guys enough for being here. And hey, we'll see you next week. And I think that is about it. Deuces.